Do you have a story to share with the world? Of course you do. We all have stories to share. An Anchor podcast allows you to share your interests in a way that connects to others all across the globe. If you have been considering starting your own podcast and don't know where to begin, Anchor makes it easy to record, edit, and publish with the click of a button. You can even add music. Whether it's crime dramas, self improvement, paranormal adventures, or tips about parenting, you too can share your unique imprint on the world. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. You've got this. I believe in you. Welcome to the Existential Empath Podcast. My name is Tanya, and I am an intuitive empath. My intention is to share valuable tools and techniques that I have learned so you can tap into your own inner healer naturally and intuitively. Welcome back. I hope you are all feeling well. We just went through this very powerful lunar eclipse and blood moon. And I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty good. Oftentimes before these full moons happen, I feel a little emotional or heavy or, a lot of things start to bubble to the surface. But once that full moon passes, I usually feel much lighter and much better. So I hope that you all are feeling well too. I wanted to share an experience that happened to me this week. And I thought that it may be beneficial for some of you as well to be able to tap in to these higher vibrational frequencies, specifically when we have these powerful events, whether they be eclipses or full moons or all of the solar activity that's happening. I had a couple of girlfriends come into town from Alaska, and they are a little bit older than me. And so I wasn't sure what we were going to do. So we started to plan some events for us to go out and enjoy some of the scenery in the North Idaho area. And they have some family that lives very close to me. So we invited one of the gals to join us. So there was three of us ladies, and this was on Friday the 13th. So the number 13 is an extremely powerful number. Many of us have been programmed to think that the number 13 is superstitious or a bad number. However, it is the number of feminine energy or the feminine goddess. And I was really feeling this on that day with those four women. We were feeling in the flow. We were happy. We were laughing. We were giddy. And it was just a beautiful day. So the number 13 and the importance of number 13 is that the moon travels 13 degrees across the sky each day. There are 13 weeks in each of the 4 seasons. There are 13 lunar cycles or menstrual cycles for us females here each year. 13 represents the end of a cycle and the rebirth of a new cycle. There are 13 weeks between equinoxes and solstices. 13 is a power number in nature and in spirit. 13 is the only teen number in the Fibonacci sequence. I would go out and research the Fibonacci sequence. It's actually fascinating. So it's basically the macrocosm and the microcosm. So what we see on a large universal scale can be broken down or fractalized all the way down into nature. So there could be a galaxy that has a similar shape and structure to something very small in nature, like say a leaf or, the shell of a snail. Go out and research the Fibonacci sequence. It is fascinating, and there's so much information out there about it. In religion, Jesus had 12 disciples, making 13 of them, including Jesus. Buddha had 13 disciples, and in Islam, as a prophet, there were 12 imams, making 13 of them. So I thought that was really interesting. We have 13 chakras, not 7. We actually have more chakras than that, but I thought that was an interesting concept because most of us usually tap into the 7 chakras, but there are several below our feet as well as several above our head. 13 is a prime number, incorruptible in nature. There are 13 major joints in the body. There are 12 constellations that make their way around the sun, including the sun makes it 13. And 13 is the most powerful number in observable nature. So, on this day, we were really tapping into this energy of the number 13. And I didn't really realize it at the time that it was even Friday the 13th. I just, I think once you start moving and working in these higher dimensional states, you really do begin to lose track of time. You lose what day it is, you lose what time. Time seems to go faster. It is really crazy how I feel that time is just speeding us by. It's like, here it is May already, and I felt like it was still February. So I don't know if you're sensing this or feeling this as well, but time is really speeding up right now. And the more you raise your vibration and you tap into these higher states of consciousness, we vibrate at a much faster pace. So naturally, time is going to speed up for us. So when we are in those higher vibrational states of happiness, joy, bliss, enlightenment, we are vibrating very, very quickly. And that's why they say time flies when you're having fun, because you are in those higher vibrational states. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. What is when we are in the frequency of joy, how quickly we can manifest things. And I was seeing this firsthand on that day with those ladies. We, started out our day and we were, out and about doing a little bit of shopping, and we were just doing basic things like running errands together, but we were laughing and we were telling jokes and we were enjoying our time together. And the day just felt effortless. It felt like we were in the flow state. And when, we are in that state of joy, we are in such a high vibrational state that our body feels light. I mean, put yourself in a situation where you remember a time in your life where you were laughing just uncontrollably and so hard, and you had such a uh, beautiful, time because you were so happy and you were in that blissful state. Well, when we laugh, we release energy, just like when we cry, we release energy. So in those times of laughter, we can release that denser energy that we may be holding on to. So when we can tap into that joyful state, we can do it every single day. And the best time to do it is right when we open our eyes, when we are in that theta state. The moment we open our eyes and we realize that there's a new day ahead of us, we have a choice to tap in to that joyful frequency. Now, many of us, the first time we open our eyes, if we have to go to a job that we hate, or we have to do something that we don't want to do, or we have to spend time with people that we don't enjoy spending time with, oftentimes we're all already setting that frequency of frustration or annoyance or resistance. And all that's doing is it's blocking us. It's creating some sort of resistance within our system to not be able to tap into those joyful states. So it can be accessed the moment you open your eyes and you see that light of day. And this is a special place, or it's even considered a dimension if you really look at it from a standpoint of energy frequency, and vibration. So that's our purest form when we can connect into source energy, when we open our eyes the first thing in the morning. And oftentimes we see this with children. Children are probably 80% of the time in that joyful frequency because they are not holding on to things. They look at life much differently than we do as adults. And so tapping into that inner child, and that's exactly what me and the ladies were doing on Friday. We were doing such goofy things. We almost got kicked out of TJ Maxx, you guys. Like, we were doing such silly things. And it wasn't anything bad or vulgar. We were just laughing and having a really good time and enjoying ourselves. And to see us all in this really happy state was so joyful for each and every one of us. And as we were in this state, things were manifesting very quickly. Like, for example, one of the gals had lost her husband about a year ago, and she's been suffering with grief. Actually, all of the gals that I was with have lost someone very special in their life, and they were all suffering with grief. And we set an intention that we wanted to see an orange dragonfly. And I know I have talked about this in previous podcasts about how to connect with the other side. And so I had shared this with her on how to communicate with the other side so we can see these things in our physical reality. So we had all set the intention that we wanted to see an orange butterfly, or orange dragonfly, sorry. So as we went about our day, we kept seeing the color orange. It was so obvious. We were seeing orange Jeeps and, orange chairs where we were sitting, and the restaurant was orange. And we went to TJ Maxx, and all the shoes appeared to be orange. And so I knew, due to the law of attraction, that we were manifesting something. We were manifesting something orange. Well, as we go about our day, we had probably been out and about for about 4 or 5 hours, and we started to walk down downtown Coeur d'Alene, which is a beautiful little town. If you've never visited, it's like a Hallmark town. It is just so cute. It's on the side of the lake, and we were just really enjoying our time walking down through the Main Street area and jumping in and out of the shops. And well, we get into one cute little shop. It was called Mix It Up, and it just has these little eclectic things, just neat little gifts and just cute little treasures. And as we're in there, we're all looking at the cards, these beautiful hand painted and hand drawn cards. Well, the gal who had lost her husband and had mentioned that she wanted to find an orange dragonfly, she was looking at these cards. Well, I walk up to the other side of the rack. It was one of those racks that spins. And my eyes went straight to this one card. And I am not even joking you. It was a dragonfly on the front of the card, and its wings and its body were orange. And I was like, oh my goodness, we manifested your dragonfly. And her eyes lit up, and we laughed and laughed and laughed. And I had shared with her that oftentimes when we set these intentions out into the world, to not always be realistic with it. Most people would think that, oh, we're never going to see an orange dragonfly, because they're thinking that we're going to see a physical orange dragonfly. But the universe presented us with a card that had an orange dragonfly on it. And this was a similar story that I had with a client of mine. I was teaching him how to manifest and how to put things out into the universe. And so he said, I want to see a white pig. And I said, okay, let's put that out into the universe. Well, you and I both know the odds of seeing a white pig are probably pretty slim to none, a physical white pig, right? Well, that evening he was invited to dinner with some friends, him and his wife. And lo and behold, the name of the restaurant was the White Pig. So when we are manifesting things and we are in that joy frequency, we've got to keep an open mind as to how the universe presents us with things. And so when we are in that childlike state, or that, really tapping into that inner being, it is so comforting, because we, are in that flow state. We feel absolutely in alignment with our soul, with our higher self, and who we are. And those feelings of joy and well being can really, just kind of overwhelm you and take you over. And I felt just very floaty that day. And we didn't want that day to end, because we just kept putting things out into the universe and saying, we want to see this. And the funny thing is, these gals, they're in their 70s. And when they came into town, they rented this very bright red Jeep Wrangler. And I just thought that was so cool, because these ladies, they both lost their husbands. They're both single gals in their 70s. And they're driving this beautiful red Jeep Wrangler. And these gals were off, once they visited me, they're heading off into Montana to see some family and to go to the hot springs and to experience some of the beauties that Montana has to offer. And they were so excited to be able to take the top down off of their Jeep and just enjoy it. And all I could picture was Thelma and Louise, or Frankie and Grace, if you watch that show on Netflix. And I just was so joyful and so happy for these ladies that they, were stepping out of that frequency of grief and being able to tap into that frequency of joy. And it doesn't take a lot to be able to do that. But once you're in that frequency, oh my goodness, it feels so good. So catch yourself when you're laughing or when you're happy or when you feel super blissed out or you feel just excited or, just even comfortable with your life and content, those are the times when you want to create. Those are the times when you want to focus your energy on the things that you desire in your life. So, really utilize those energies and tap into them. And if you know that there's a full moon or there's a new moon or there's some good solar energy that's, being pushed to the planet, take that energy and really utilize it and, put it out there into the universe, speak it out into existence. I'm a firm believer that not only should we be thinking these good positive thoughts of the things that we desire and writing them down, but we should also speak them out into existence, right? Because our thoughts are electric, our emotions are magnetic, and when we speak things out, we broadcast it out into the universe. So, you know, if you have some friends who are also, uh, in the same frequency as you are, start really communicating with one another on what it is that you desire and putting it out there into the universe. And you will be very pleasantly surprised that you just might manifest what it is that you are speaking out and putting out into the universe. And also remember, just like the orange dragonfly, keep an open mind with how the universe will present to you with those desires. And even if it's not the exact desire that you are looking to manifest, know that when the universe presents it to you, that is a way of showing you that it is coming, that it is coming. So be grateful and be appreciative in the moment when the universe presents to you something that is similar or in alignment with what it is that you are looking to manifest in your life. So, do what you can to get yourself in that joy frequency, whatever it may be, whether it's, working in your garden or spending time with your pets or your children or being out in nature, painting, drawing, being creative, whatever it may be, whatever it is that brings you joy, because different things bring joy to different people, right? We all experience joy in different ways, and laughter is one of the best ways that we can release stagnant or stuck energy. So, there is an experience that you can do, or something that you can practice, is to fake laugh. Okay, and I know that this sounds silly, but if you are having a hard time getting into that joy frequency, then start fake laughing and do this. You can do this by yourself or do it with your kids or somebody else, because the thing is when you start fake laughing, your subconscious mind doesn't really realize the difference. So before you know it, your fake laugh is going to turn into a real laugh. And when you're doing with other people, they're probably going to laugh because it sounds silly, because a fake laugh just sounds funny. And here I am laughing just thinking about fake laughing. But that's a good way to start. So it's like you're training your subconscious mind to laugh and to release that energy. And when you begin to fake laugh, you will begin to real laugh. And when you're real laughing, you are actually sending the emotion out into the universe. So you are magnetizing what it is that you want in your life. So once you get to that frequency, and you'll know once you start giggling and laughing and almost, peeing your pants, which is what us ladies were doing, you are in that joy frequency. That's the vibration that you want to be in order to attract all of the beautiful things that you desire into your life. So I hope that you enjoyed this little story that happened to me this week. It was really fun. And, just get out there and do things that bring you joy, whatever that may be. Life is just way too short to be living in sadness or sorrow or fear, frustration, whatever emotion that it may be that you predominantly are struggling with right now. Do something that makes you happy and get out there and do something that makes you laugh and makes you giggle, because what you're doing is you're aligning yourself with your soul. And when you align yourself with your soul, that's when things that you desire will manifest to you with effortless ease and flow and beauty. And, it's just really a divine connection that you have when you are in that flow state. So I send you all so much uplifting, healing energy with whatever it may be that you're going through. And I just, I manifest many, many laughs for all of you this week going forward. And I wish you so much joy and with whatever it may be that you're manifesting in your life. Take care, and I'll talk to you all soon. You deserve to navigate your life as an empath in alignment with health, happiness, and abundance. To learn more about the services that I provide, including Beyond Quantum Healing Hypnosis, EFT tapping, and the Emotion Code, visit my website at www.thesoulcafe.org.